Coming up, Governor Beshear announces more restrictions and recommendations as Congress debates new federal relief.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Extended jobless benefits are about to run out for millions of Americans, and negotiations for another round of federal relief are now underway on Capitol Hill. CBS's Skylar Henry has the latest from Washington.
Lawmakers are hoping that a bipartisan deal can be reached quickly on another coronavirus relief bill.
I think this is a starting place.
With the pandemic showing no sign of ending, Republicans and Democrats agree that both businesses and workers will need more financial assistance. The question is, how much?
This is not a bailout. This is about keeping people attached to their employment.
Senate Republicans unveiled a series of proposals on Monday with a total cost of around $1 trillion. The HEALS Act would reduce emergency federal unemployment benefits from $600 a week to $200.
We want to continue to help the unemployed, but we want to encourage work. And we've learned a very tough lesson that when you pay people not to work, what do you expect?
Back in May, the Democrat-led House passed a $3 trillion relief bill.
We clearly do not have shared values. Having said that, we just want to see if we can find some common ground.
It's frustrating because they've dithered for 3 months and they're still trying to get their act together.
The GOP's proposal would also shield businesses from lawsuits stemming from the coronavirus. Both parties' bills call for sending another round of $1,200 checks to most taxpayers. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Congress previously allocated $3 trillion in coronavirus spending. Many of the programs it funded have already run out of money. Governor Andy Beshear's push for Kentuckians to wear masks and maintain social distancing continues, and this is why the Department for Public Health reports 522 new cases of COVID-19. As of today, 27,601 Kentuckians have tested positive for the virus. 9 more people have died, pushing Kentucky's death toll to 609, and Kentucky's positivity rate continues to increase. It is now at 5.58%. That's one reason bars will have to close their doors for at least the next 2 weeks, starting in a little less than an hour. The governor's order to close bars and limit restaurant capacity goes into effect at midnight. Restaurant capacity will be limited to 25%, down from 50% now, though outdoor seating will not be restricted as long as social distancing is followed.
I'm not confident that every bar can survive the next 2 weeks, and again, it's not fair to those that have done it responsibly. But I'm dealing with an international health pandemic that threatens the lives and the health of our people, the overall health of our economy.
The restrictions will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. And the governor is recommending that school districts across the Commonwealth push their first day of classes back to at least the 3rd week of August. Many school districts originally planned to start at the beginning of the month to allow for an earlier winter break. Some districts, though, had already pushed their start date back after the recent surge in COVID-19 cases. The Kentucky Supreme Court has set dates for jury trials to begin again. Criminal jury trials can resume starting August 1st, and civil trials can resume after October 1st. Moving forward, you'll need an appointment to get a driver's license, and the dates for remote driver's license renewal is extended through the end of September. The Supreme Court says all eviction actions can proceed starting August 1st, but with restrictions. When we come home from a long day, a hot meal is many times just what we need to refuel. Unfortunately, during the course of the pandemic, buying those groceries has been a challenge for families. Marley Pinchcock spoke with the superintendent of one school district in eastern Kentucky that's making an effort to lend a helping hand.
When faced with financial struggles, many parents will do whatever it takes to make sure there's food on the table.
She was unemployed for 2 months. It was just her husband working, and he was working multiple hours at our local Walmart.
And while Kayla McGinnis's sister has been able to make ends meet, a helping hand has gone a long way.
We realized that, there's a lot of issues with joblessness, and there's some issues that they may have at home.
Superintendent of Lawrence County Schools, Dr. Robbie Fletcher, says when the district ended their free meal distribution in June, they began offering money to their students through the Pandemic Electronic Benefits Transfer Funds, or PEBT, to help pay for food over the summer.
With this program, parents could automatically apply and get funding to help themselves out. Since we weren't bringing food, we wanted to make sure they had other methods.
Superintendent Fletcher says all Lawrence County school students are eligible to receive $313.50. This money is given on an EBT card similar to a debit card and can be used to buy groceries.
She has been blessed. I mean, there are times that she was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to go to the grocery store, and I don't have the money to do it.
Now having that boost of security to buy those groceries to make sure her daughter is nourished.
That was Marley Pinchcock reporting. Now, all students in Kentucky can apply for this funding if they meet the requirement of receiving free or reduced lunch at school. Superintendent Fletcher says students will need their student ID number for the application, and they can apply until the end of August. Appalachian Regional Healthcare is continuing with its no-cost COVID-19 drive-through testing for anyone who wants to get tested. We spoke with a doctor at one of the clinics in Hazard that offers the drive-through testing, and he says they are seeing more people get tested recently. Doctors encourage everyone to do it.
At least in our area, to strike home a little bit more. Many families now have had a member of their family affected or exposed to somebody. If you've been in contact with someone who has it, has a positive test is what I mean, or has the disease, you should get it. Those are the basic things. And if you're just worried, get it.
ARH has multiple drive-through COVID-19 test locations. You do not need to show symptoms in order to get one. An appointment is not required, but you are asked to bring your insurance card if possible.
Well, we've dealt with a few showers and thunderstorms today and a little bit this evening, but they've just brought some nice showers into the area. We'll take you out to Pinpoint Doppler now, where you can see most of those showers have definitely moved out of here. We were dealing with a few of those, though, just a few moments ago. Still dealing with some stray ones. You can see one starting to move out of parts of Pike County, Charleston, West Virginia, dealing with some heavy rain and some frequent lightning right now. Temperatures on the warmer side, upper 70s up into Jackson, Hazard, near 70 in Wise and Middlesboro, 75 in Williamsburg and Harlan, still 77 over into Somerset, and it's muggy out there. You step outside, I took JoJo out about 20 minutes ago, and it feels super muggy out there with dew points in the upper 60s to lower 70s, and really for tonight, we're going to see temperatures drop near about 70 degrees. We'll still hang on to a few showers late tonight, early into tomorrow, but most of the showers and thunderstorms look to arrive tomorrow as a cold front moves in. After that, cooler air does arrive and stick around for quite some time. We'll also hang on to those daily rain chances heading into the next several days. I'll have more details on that coming up.
All right, thank you, Paige. 5 years ago today, Trevor Dykes was shot and killed in Clay County. One man, Roscoe Henson, pleaded guilty, but ex-girlfriend Ashley Lawson and Thomas Miracle are also charged with complicity to commit murder. A trial date for them is still not set. As WYMT's Tommy Poole reports, Trevor's family still copes with his death by keeping his passion alive.
Monday, July 27th, 2015.
Somebody just dressed down my heart and jerked something out of my heart.
Chuck Dykes and Kim Bixler's son, Trevor, was murdered and their world was changed forever.
Real hard, especially at 750 this morning. Just think about him and look up the clouds, the sky and stuff, and just try to see him.
Every year, the family hopes and prays for justice.
My grandkids, I said, you know, they question things, and to not have that closure, I mean, 5 years, that's just too long.
With two people prosecutors say are connected to the shooting still awaiting trial.
No family should have to wait 5 years for closure.
While waiting, family and friends do the only thing they can.
You've got all your family and his friends and stuff up here, and some hot rods and some trucks.
Keeping the memory of Trevor alive through his passion, cars.
He loved racing. He'd do burnouts in the streets, whatever. I mean, he loved it.
Family and friends held a cruise through Clay County, stopping at his gravesite in Elk Mountain, the place he liked to race.
You'll learn to live with it, but you won't get over it. Some days it's harder than other days.
Reliving a day they wish did not happen.
You replay that over and over and over in your mind, and you think of things that you could have done different on that day.
But keeping his memory and the good times alive. In Clay County, Tommy Poole, WYMT Mountain News.
A trial date for Ashley Lawson and Thomas Miracle is expected to be set a week from today on August 3rd. Some people across the state and other parts of the country have received suspicious packages from what appears to be from China. Someone received a package in Leslie County that contains seeds. Kentucky Commissioner of Agriculture Ryan Quarles says don't plant anything in the package. Kentucky is the fourth known state to have reports of similar seeds. After a post on the Leslie County Sheriff's Department's Facebook page, Sheriff Billy Collette says he has heard from more people in the community.
We've had a bunch of comments on the Facebook post that we made midday yesterday, and people are wanting to know what to do with them, so apparently there's a whole lot more out there than we are aware of at this time.
Now, people who have received a package with the seeds should ship them to the United States Department of Agriculture Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service Division. That's a long title. We have that address on our website at WYMT.com. For people who live along Kingdom Come Drive in Cumberland in Harlan County, their Monday was spent cleaning up mud and debris after floodwaters rushed through yards and homes Sunday night. Around 8:30, nearly 3 inches of rain fell in an hour and a half, sending rocks and water down the mountainside. Neighbors say they're just thankful no lives were lost.
Nobody got injured, and that's a positive, and that's a blessing. All of our yards and our houses, I mean, we can fix and replace and move on, and you know, I hate it happened, but we didn't have any problems with injuries, so that's a plus.
Officials believe the flash flooding is caused by a road that runs up behind the holler that diverts water down below. A beloved Perry County pediatrician has died. Dr. Ronald Collier died Sunday morning at UK Hospital. He was born in Letcher County and worked for many years in Louisville. After retiring from his practice there, he and his wife moved to Hazard, and he joined the Hazard Clinic as a part-time pediatrician. He retired from there just last year.
And he and I worked together. I mean, you know, we probably spent in some ways more time together than we did with our families during the week at any rate. He enjoyed the interaction with people, and he was a fount of knowledge that we all relied on.
The visitation will be held Saturday morning at 11 until the funeral at 1 at Maggard's Mountain View Chapel in Hazard. He would have been married to his wife Jan for 60 years next month. Dr. Ronald Collier was 81. 2020 has certainly been a year of firsts, and Hazard High School added something good to that list. 27 students passed the Advanced Placement or AP exams, marking the most passing scores in school history. It is a 125% increase from last year's scores, and AP teacher Luke Glazer says this is only the beginning.
I mean, we're always pushing. If you notice that graph is always going up. We're always trying to be better. We're always trying to work collectively. So, you know, if one student passes, it's a success. When an entire class passes, it's an accomplishment. And so, you know, we are about accomplishments, and Hazard is very proud of its students.
Hazard High School also beat the Kentucky and national averages for their scores on the calculus AP test. We'll be right back.